Yeah, okay, so I'm going to be a little bit lame and say that I didn't get to a conclusion on this because I kind of see both sides of the coin. And I got to a point where I was like, okay, what change are we talking about? Because there's a lot of different types of change that can happen out in the community. So I'll just give my little 5 cents. I guess when you talk about tech enabling change for Māori and Pacifica, my mind goes to just the earning potential that tech careers can offer, you know, and what that looks like as a career pathway. I think that's one way, just to get into better paying jobs, because a lot of our people, you know, are at the lower end of the scale. But it also enables the change in a sense that we can kind of take control of where we want our future to go and what we want, you know, for our communities. And that's like, it evens out the playing field. You know, the computer doesn't care what the color of your skin is. So if you can get in there and kind of use that to your advantage, or use the tools to your advantage, then we can kind of forge what that looks like. And I don't say that lightly, because, you know, kind of paving the way for yourself is no easy task, but we got here from the islands, so we did something right. I guess on the flip side of the coin, do Māori and Pacifica enable the change in tech? 100%, I think. I mean, it's been said often, probably everyone here has heard it a lot. Diversity in tech is an issue, you know, and what that looks like from my experience on the ground is just when you have different life experiences, you come up with solutions differently. And when you're coding, you know, a new software platform, or you're designing a product, or, you know, you've got a different market of people that you want to serve, then of course I think diversity goes across all industries, not just tech. But I guess one of the other points that I wanted to touch on is scalability, you know, and thinking big. The tech sector, what I've found in my experience is it challenges your mindset around like how much impact you can have and how many people you can reach, and it also challenges like traditional business models and a whole lot of like preconceived or like perceptions that we have around what we can actually do. So in terms of, you know, thinking big and challenging our mindsets to kind of evolve as a people, I think that's kind of that sweet spot for the communities and from my perspective. So, yeah. Thank you.
Like my colleague here is sitting on both sides of the fence. But if you look at tech, will tech-enabled change for Māori and Pacifica? It's a rhetorical question. It's like, of course it is stupid. So the problem here is that where our society is going, we're currently in the middle of some of the biggest, and it's an overused word, disruptions that are happening. So, you know, we all use Uber, you know, Airbnb, watching Netflix. These are all revolutionary changes in business models and enabled by change in tech platforms and that sort of thing. So underpinning all of this is the curve of tech evolution, and it's in a really sharp exponential climb. We're going to see more and more of these things. So if you go back in history to the Ford Model T, when it was first ever released, 1900, around about 1900 in New York. There's a photo, classic photo, you look down Madison Avenue and you just see horses everywhere in one car. 1913, literally 12 years later, there was all cars and only one horse. Now that's the scale of disruption, but back in those days, that's the only one they saw for 50 years. But you come to today, and then you get a guy like Elon Musk, and he's doing 5 industrial disruptions simultaneously. He's disrupted the automobile industry, he's disrupted space, he's disrupted energy, he's disrupted city travel, and he's disrupting human memory, you know, with his interface to those things. So the catch is you have no choice. So Māori and Pacifica, we have no choice. I'll give you an example of the stuff that I'm doing. About a year ago in Gisborne, there was no such thing as a tech economy. there was no strategy for a tech economy. Their biggest complaint was, how do we find 800 more people to chop pine trees down and work on our farms? And that was the biggest challenge in their lives. So they were planning around that kind of thing, not understanding that no young person wants to die in the bush anymore, and nobody wants to work on a farm as a shearer. So if you ever think about shearing, for example, 20, 30 years ago, there were 72 million sheep. Today there's 28 million. So you don't have to be the smartest cat to figure out, if I'm a shearer, I now have to travel 2 hours extra to the job. Meaning that way out in these remote areas, I ain't gonna have a life, I can't have a girlfriend, I can't have a wife, I've got no Wi-Fi, nobody wants to know me and love me. So they're just getting nobody to sign up for that sort of job. And when I arrived in town, I said, okay, I'm here to actually jumpstart the tech economy. And they went, here's the bus, get out of here. So we did some things there to change that dynamic, and in under 1 year flat, we now have an entire tech strategy for regional economic development and an attraction package for Silicon Valley companies to relocate to Gisborne for lifestyle, high purpose, and doing what we said, which is creating the kind of jobs that our young people are better suited for because they are already digital natives. You know? So the first thing, my advice to anybody is just get rid of all the old people. Except me, and then get with the future, because we're going to get left behind really, really fast. The problem is here in New Zealand is that we're remote. That's the first thing. Technology changes that game, but you still actually have to get on a plane and go close deals and market. So the biggest problem we have in New Zealand is not just building and birthing tech companies. It's actually, how do you actually create business models, and how do you actually build businesses? That's the bit that's missing, and that's one of the solutions that we're creating to surround that tech economy and do that. So does tech enable change for Māori Pacifica? Damn right.